Here is the list of top scorers of World Cup. Number 1. Miroslav Klose with 16 goals. No player has as many goals at World Cup as German striker Miroslav Klose, who scored 16 times in 24 appearances across 4 separate tournaments. The only other players to score in as many as 4 World Cup tournaments are compatriot Muller, Cristiano Ronaldo and Pele. 11 of Klose's World Cup goals came in 10 group stage matches, while just 5 came in 11 knockout matches in the tournament, none of those coming in his 2 appearances in a World Cup final. Overall, Klose's 16 World Cup goals came from just 63 shots, a phenomenal record of converting 25.4% of his shots across the 4 tournaments he played in. The second position goes for Ronaldo the phenomenon with 15 goals. Whilst Ronaldo no longer holds the record as top scorer at the World Cup, his tally of 15 goals in just 19 appearances across 3 tournaments is rightly admired. His appearance at the 2002 World Cup was fabulous, with the superstar taking up the Golden Boot with 8 goals in 7 games, including both strikes in the 2-0 final victory over Germany in Yokohama, in which he won the Man of the Match award. The third position is for Gerd Muller with 14 goals. Gerd Muller managed to score 14 goals in just 2 World Cup tournaments, with 10 goals on the way to winning the Golden Boot in the 1970 World Cup, one of only 3 occasions that a player has hit double figures in a single edition. The West German striker scored in each of his first 5 World Cup appearances, including back-to-back hat-tricks in games against Bulgaria and Peru at Mexico 1970, with just 3 days between the trebles. Muller held the all-time goal-scoring record in World Cup with 14 goals for 32 years before Brazilian Ronaldo overtook him in 2006. Fontaine is in 4th position with 13 goals. The record for the most goals in a single World Cup belongs to French striker Fontaine, who scored 13 goals in 6 matches at the 1958 tournament. This was the only ever World Cup tournament that he played in, but he certainly made it count. He scored in every single one of his 6 appearances at the 1958 tournament in Sweden, which is 13 goals, more than double the next highest scorers at the finals that year, Pele and Helmut Rahn, both with 6 goals. Pele stands at the 5th position with 12 goals. Pele ranks 5th for the most goals scored at World Cup with his tally of 12 across 4 tournaments. Whilst he never won a Golden Boot award, he did win the Best Player award at the 1970 World Cup thanks to 4 goals and 6 assists on the way to helping Brazil to the title. One of 3 World Cup tournaments owned by Pele, a record tally. Not only was Pele the youngest player to ever score in a World Cup when he netted against Sweden in 1958 at 17 years and 249 days old, he is the youngest player to ever play in a World Cup final. Both German striker Jürgen Klinsmann and Hungarian legend Sandor Kocsis scored 11 goals in World Cup final tournaments, which make them stand in the 6th position. Kocsis scored 68 goals overall for Hungary across their golden era, with the only player to score more in international football for his nation being another legend, Ferenc Puskás. Klinsmann made a scoring debut in World Cup as West Germany defeated Yugoslavia 4-1 at Italia 90, before adding further goals at the tournament versus United Arab Emirates and the Netherlands. There are 6 players who have scored 10 goals and they stood on the 7th position. The 6 players who have scored 10 goals at World Cup are Gregor Zlato from Poland, Teofilo Cubias from Peru, Gabriel Batistuta from Argentina, Gary Lineker of England, and Germans Helmut Rahn and Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller is the only one of those players and of players to have scored more than 10 goals that could extend his goal tally in Qatar at the 2022 World Cup. The German international has scored 10 goals in 16 World Cup appearances so far, including 5 in 6 appearances at the 2010 tournament in South Africa, where he not only won the Golden Boot but also picked up the Best Young Player award at the finals.